Hey, welcome to this week's Livewire Media video tip. I'm Rohini from Livewire Media. We do corporate videography and video marketing. Now, we get this sort of question quite a bit, like, we want to do videos, but we don't know how to be ourselves on camera, and the idea of being on camera just feels really awkward, really uncomfortable, and it's about confidence as well. So these tips are for you guys who feel like you know you need to do videos, but you just want to be yourself on camera. So tip number one, talk to yourself beforehand. Get comfortable with talking to literally nothing, because when you're talking to a camera, it is the fact that you're talking to an object and it's not communicating back to you. It's a weird sensation. So when you start talking to yourself out loud, practicing your content out loud, you'll feel much more comfortable with actually hearing your own voice. Tip number two is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Your first few videos probably aren't going to be perfect, and I hate to break that to you, but that's a fact. If they're perfect, then you probably waited too long. So practice your content. Understand that it's okay to mess up as well. Number three, find a familiar space. As human beings, we like to be in our comfort zone. So when we find a familiar space to start recording our videos on, we automatically feel much more comfortable inside. So tip number four is have a plan. Plan out your content before you start to deliver it. So you're not just getting on camera and kind of winging it and kind of hoping for the best. If you plan out your content beforehand and you plan out the bullet points that you want to say or the scripts that you want to say, you'll feel much more confident on camera. You won't lose your train of thought, and it's just going to flow much more easily as well. Tip number five, which kind of links into tip number four, is use a teleprompter if you have to. There's lots of great apps out there that will allow you to type up what you want to say, and those words will just sort of scroll up on screen, and to the audience it looks no different. The only sort of catch with that is it can come across as a little bit robotic, so make it conversational, make it how you would sound normally. You can also use bullet points as well. So one of the tips that I like to do is have bullet points directly underneath my lens. So that way, if you do lose your train of thought, you've got your bullet points to refer back to and to keep you on track. The next tip also is to dress for success. Dress how you would normally for a business meeting. When we dress for success, it's actually been proven that our mindset is put in a much more positive state. And also, video is your first impression for your potential clients. So you want to be dressed for success. The next tip is also to focus on the value. People aren't focused on you as yourself. What they want to know is what you can do for them. What I mean by that is focus on the value that you are giving to them. You are the expert in your space, and I think it's important to remember that as well. You are the expert. You already know your topic inside and out. So focus on delivering the value in that way. It's going to relieve the pressure away from you feeling self-conscious about how you look, how you feel, how you sound, everything about yourself. Focus on the other person and what is in it for them. And my last tip is to understand that it's okay to mess up. I fully understand as business owners, we feel this need to have everything perfect and to create the right first impression all the time. And on video, that is really, really important, but it's also important to understand that it's okay to mess up, especially on live videos as well. My first few live videos were awful, but I kept doing them, and practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Nobody cares about if you mess up because they're focused on the last tip which I just mentioned, which is what is in it for them. As long as you focus on that, you're on to a winner. That's it for me, guys. Have an amazing week, whatever you're doing. If you found these tips useful, let me know in the comment section below, and I'd love to know which is your favorite tip. That's it for me. Have an amazing week, guys. If you need any video marketing tips, drop me a question or a comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer them for you.